Hey guys, it is Jim. This video is probably going to be pretty dark because that's the theme of which this is about, but also because I don't want to turn on the lights because I'm getting ready to settle in for the evening. So, hello you guys. It is Jim, and apologize if this is, besides the lighting, which is intentional, a very poor quality video in terms of the image and the sound. I'm filming off of my phone right now instead of a camera because rest in peace camera. So hopefully I'll be getting a new one soon. And also I have found a hidden space of time in my day where I should be able to start making videos regularly. I don't want to jinx myself because I've thought that before. But I haven't forgot about the Sailor Moon Pantheon video I want to make that I told you about, and the Buffy the Vampire Slayer video. I still have those that I'm going to make in addition to a few other things that I have rumbling around. I just have to get the time to do them. But I think I found it. I think I have found the time. Anywho, today I wanted to talk about taking control of your darkness. Control. So many times in our lives, we are thrust into dark situations. We're surrounded by dark people. Our own darkness comes out, but we don't know how to deal with it. We just go for this ride that darkness pulls us on until we get back to the light, until we become happy again, until our anxiety or depression goes away, until we get out of an abusive relationship, whatever it is. We just kind of suffer through darkness until we get to the light. If you hear my cat, I apologize. He's trying to get through the door. So this video is about knowing when you're in the darkness and becoming conscious of it, because that alleviates a lot of the darkness's hold and its effects on you, in my experience. One of the books that I might reference a little bit in this video that I've talked about before is Gothcraft. This book was really influential on me when I was younger, and it still is. This book is magnificent. It is Gothcraft by Raven Digitalis, The Magical Side of Dark Culture. Again, we already know this, but in paganism, darkness doesn't mean evil. It doesn't mean sin, anything like that. Darkness is simply something that exists in nature. It is yin and yang. It is just a fundamental force, and it's not to be feared, which unfortunately we've been taught. It's not to be hated. Darkness just is what it is. But it doesn't always have to feel bad. There is bad stuff in the good and good stuff in the bad. Touching your own darkness can be extremely, extremely empowering. Psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, especially if you're a victim of abuse, no matter what kind of abuse. Or if you have an addiction or had an addiction. Touching your darkness after going through those experiences can be very, very powerful because you're reclaiming parts of your soul. There's a not really so much a theory as so much as a practice in shamanism called soul retrieval. It's in several cultures. And the idea is that every time you go through dark experiences or just through life in general, your soul is shattered. That's why usually maybe you go through one bad breakup, right? You give your heart solely to one person and they crush you. And so it makes you where you don't want to trust again. You feel like there's a part of you that's dead. Like you don't feel as deeply as you used to feel. That's because a piece of your soul has been taken away from you. And you need to go through an astral journey with the help of a god, a goddess, or a spirit animal, etc. to help you retrieve that piece of your soul. It's magnificent. There's several books on soul retrieval. I can't think of one off the top of my head that I give you. But just Google soul retrieval. It's a magnificent concept. I love it. And in terms of a goth craft or a darker side of your craft, your path, soul retrieval is so important. It's so important. So is the concept, the Jungian concept of the lower self or the shadow self. That is all of your worst qualities embodied into a person, into an image, into something that you can see and hold and touch. You can have, you can have visions as well where you go and meet your dark self and commune with him or her or it and learn what is pain, what pains it, what is it angry about, Maybe you don't even know what you're angry or sad about anymore. You just know that you are. Or maybe you think you're not angry or sad in general and you have it under control. You should still go visit your shadow self, because I guarantee you there's some kind of unspoken pain there, unspoken anger, something that needs to be let out. And once you let it out, it's not going to ruin your life. It's not going to control you. It just needs to be let out and released and let go. Think of your darkness maybe as a wild animal that has been caged and it needs to just be set free. It doesn't want to attack you. It's doing that out of fear. It just wants to be set free. Set free. This sounds kind of twisted, but set free your darker self. Let it coexist with your light self, with your modern self, with your modern self. I thought the words Middle Earth self, and then I said modern self. You get the idea. Set free your darkness. Touch your darkness. Feel your darkness. Smell your darkness. Hear your darkness. Don't be afraid of your darkness. Don't let your darkness control you. You are a whole person, good and dark. Experience the dark. Let it listen to music. Listen to music that is cathartic. Watch movies that are cathartic. Dress in fashion that is cathartic. That's a huge part of the Gothic subculture, is expressing that which we were told to repress. Our anger, our sadness, whatever. Let it out. It can be very constructive. Per usual, I'm not going to go into like big details about how to do it, because I don't really like when people tell me that. Just give me the concepts and the ideas and let me run with it. So that's what I'm doing here. I've told you about your darkness now. I have given you a little few things to Google, like soul retrieval and etc. So go do the work yourself. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, this is how you connect to your darkness. Because the way you connect isn't going to be the way I connect. And also, if you're like me, I just don't like being told what to do. The minute someone tells me something to do, I just turn off and I'm like, whatever. So I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I'm a book that is talking right now. And these are pages. And this is what you can do. Now, if you want to do it, go do it. Experience your darkness. Do it in private. You don't have to feel ashamed of other people seeing you dress punkish or gothic or whatever. Or just being weird. Go experience your darkness. Work with maybe dark entities like the Morgan, Hades, Pluto, Loki, Kali. There are several. They're not to be feared. You have to break that idea that somehow these dark deities, that your darker self, that dark magic is somehow evil magic or sinful magic. Those are Christian concepts. And we're not Christians. We don't believe in the devil. We don't believe in Satan. We don't believe in sin, okay? So go work with hell with one L. Do whatever you wish, but experience that other side constructively. Because I tell you, there is a difference between being controlled and ruled by your darkness and then living in it consciously and feeling it. It gives you a kind of a level of control. You don't have to be controlled by your darkness. You don't have to just be like, well, this is life. At some point, I'll feel better. Well, this is life. At some point, I'll be out of this situation. You don't have to live like that. You don't. Namaste and I'll show you guys. Peace out, Girl Scouts.